All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Friday night. We're getting joined by our co-hosts Nick and Adam. Apologies in America if you're obviously a weird time now because you're an hour changed back or something, or forwards or whatever. But we are back, and we've got an extremely special guest with us tonight. We've got Kerry, who is a psychic medium, which is what tonight's show is all about. It's all about mediums and tarot reading. So, hi Joe, hi Jeff, hi everybody. Amy, would you like to explain like that quickly?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I like concentrate on the comments. It was Red Nose Day in the UK, and our school that I'm part of, we were dressing up as superhero characters. So mine was Mystique, Amy, Advice, and Listener. It was all about acts of kindness, so that was my act of kindness. So that's why I'm dressed like a bird. The show.
But yeah, so we've been chatting obviously before with Adam and Kerry. But Nick, how was your week, mate? Have you been all right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing fine lately. Of course, obviously, you guys know I had a really festive St. Patrick's Day, so
yeah,
that was the first time you guys heard me sing. But the other thing, and quick funny story earlier, just before I came on. Reason why I showed up at the last minute was when I was cleaning my desk up. My arm actually got caught in the desk at one point, so I had to kind of push it back so I can get it out. So that's why I was like on the last minute. That's why I jumped in right as you guys were about to go live. Like, damn.
I just see Nick with his arm stuck, and he's just out of reach of the mouse. He's like,
around the corner.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys, everyone that's joining us. So tonight we're talking about mediumship, psychics, and tarot reading. Obviously, Kerry, this is obviously your area of expertise. So obviously, I'll start off with obviously you're very much into the paranormal. Like, where did this all begin for you in your life, like the paranormal and psychic sort of side of things?
From birth, actually, because my mother is a medium as well, psychic medium. So I was always brought up with a very open mind. I suppose my first encounter was, and this is going to sound really out there, but I have a memory of being a small child in a cot. So I must have been not a baby, like tiny baby, but say 1 or 2, and being in the cot, and at night, it being dark in the room, and then there's like twinkly stars, and they would spin round on top of my head, like the night sky on a clear night, but it would spin in a spiral. And the spirit world had actually like put, it's going to sound mad, but like presents in the spiral, and I would have to try and catch the presents. And I would just sometimes see their hands like putting these presents in. So yeah, it's been going on since I was a toddler, actually remembering it.
That's crazy. Yeah. I suppose that shows like it's you're like born with, isn't it? Like it's
yeah. I have no choice.
Yeah, you didn't decide about this. So did you have to develop your abilities, or is it something you've always had, sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all have it. Obviously, it was set out in my pathway to do what I do full time now. But yeah, it's not something that I feel you can just turn on and turn off. But saying that, they do speak to me. But to do a reading for somebody, let's say, to do it like intense, I always meditate before I do any sort of work. Just so, because I always say that us as humans, our energy is down low and the spirit world's up high. So I have to bring my energy up and they have to bring theirs down. And in that middle space where we blend is where the messages come in. So for meditation wise, I'm bringing my energy up. And that's why sometimes psychics and mediums don't always get it spot on, because the energy is dropping and going like this. So it's the medium that's not quite hearing, seeing, feeling, sensing sort of thing, the message.
Oh,
so yes,
cool.
hard work.
Yeah. Guys in the comments, if you're asking, like, obviously I'll just connect with Kerry and that. If you just look in the description down below, we put all of her links to all of her channels, your Etsy shop and everything. So guys, check it out on there. It will be down below. It will be down below. Where was I? So yeah, we were talking earlier, just obviously went in the green room, as Adam calls it.
I love it.
Spirit guides and stuff. Like, when did you obviously realize you had a spirit guide? Like when you saw your spirit guide sort of thing?
Yeah, that didn't come until later. I obviously was aware of hearing a voice, but knowing it was a guide wasn't until I was probably about 17, roughly, when I started to do readings properly for people. My mum also, she runs development classes. She's a teacher. So when attending her classes over the years is when in meditation I met my spirit guide, or spirit guides, I should say. I work with mainly one.
Okay,
now,
so go on, I'm going.
Oh no! So there's multiples. Do they have they changed out over the year? Have you lost some and gained others, or have they been a consistent number of the same ones throughout?
Actually, both. I have one that's consistent, and that's my main guide, and that's the one that works with me daily with my readings and my everyday life. But that's not for everybody. I find a lot of people actually change, their guides change a lot, but he stays with me. But my guide that comes for art, because I'm an artist also, I've had a couple of guides that come and go. So both, really. I think it just depends on the person. So, for example, you may have had lots of different guides, but then again, you may have just had the same. That's how I understand it.
I've never really thought of it like that. Good question, Adam. You caught me off guard there, mate. You didn't.
Sorry, I'm not just another pretty face, baby.
So is this something that obviously, Nick and Adam, if you've got any questions, go for it. I've got obviously a whole list myself, but is this something you can like turn it on and off, or is it in the way of like, obviously when you get these messages and stuff, and because you get some people that get bombarded, is this something that you can switch off from, or is it always there?
To a degree, it's like turning the volume down. So there's always, not always, because they obviously got other things to do, but if they wanted to communicate me, there's like this very low chattering going on, and I just sort of basically got to turn it up if I want to listen in. And if I don't, I don't turn it up, sort of thing. Or they're quite good, as you've probably heard before and seen in films, they're quite good at disturbing people at night. That's, again, because your energy when you go to sleep at night, you're in almost that twilight state, that sleep zone. So you're halfway there with them already. So that's why they come as well, make contact with people, and people say, "Oh, I saw me nan or me granddad at the end of me bed," sort of thing. But that, I tell them to bugger off at that time of night, because I've got to get some sleep. It's not fun no more. That wears off after a while.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Do they ever get if you try to ignore them, you know what I mean, where you kind of likened it to turning the volume down, do they ever are they ever very persistent upon there's something that they need you to know, so they just don't give up that easy? Yeah,
very much sometimes. If there's a message I need to pass across to somebody, it comes like that. Or if they're going to warn me to, I don't know, not to drive my car, let's say, or not to go and visit that person today, it will just keep going. And then they'll get physical, and then it's like, okay, I'm all right, I'll listen to you, hold on a minute.
Wow.
So,
that's crazy.
I was just thinking, actually, do you visually see them, or is it more you hear them, or?
That's something. Yeah.
Actually, I'm very, very lucky and blessed to be able to do a little bit of everything. Again, it depends on the spirit person that's coming through and my energy, which one they can use easier, let's say. So we might have a chatter, so I hear them more than see them. But yeah, I'm very lucky to experience a bit of everything, really.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
To actually see them, though, with my own eyes standing in front of me, that's quite rare. It does happen, but it's quite rare, and it's quite brief when it happens. A lot of the time, if I'm actually seeing with my eyes, it's like those shadows out the corner of your eyes, the mirror, the orbs. A lot of times it's like that.
Do they come to you directly, or do they go more to the spirit guide? that obviously helps you?
Yeah, good question, actually.
Sorry, I don't want to
Bit
put on the
of
spot.
both. No. I had to think then, because it happens a bit of both, actually. I feel if again I can hear them and sense them, they will come straight to me. But if they're having trouble communicating and resonating with my energy, let's say, they will go to my guide, who will then tap me on the shoulder and go, "Come on, you've got to listen to this." So yeah, it's a little bit of both. Because I find this work energy based. Sorry, sweet. What did you say?
I was going to say, do you like your guide? Do you always get on with your guide?
Oh, yeah. Couldn't be without him. Absolutely. He's my lifesaver, that bloke.
I suppose it would suck a bit, wouldn't it, if you don't get on with them and
Oh, you never
they're
know.
always there.
You can't like it.
They can be really strict. They can be really strict and tell you exactly what it is, sort of thing. They won't muck about with you. But I like that. I like someone that's straight to the line. You know, I don't want no mucking about and dressing things up.
Yeah, definitely. Joe's got a comment for you, Kerry. I'll drop on the screen so you can see it. She says, what kind of warnings have they given to you?
Oh, what's that? My first husband was cheating on me, and that was pretty bad. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I've been told, to leave him, and he told me all about it, all the different things. So that was one of the things. And then it's just normal everyday things like it can be so silly as things like when I want to put the washing on, let's say, and I've dropped a sock on the stair. Go back, you've dropped a sock on the stair. So it can be one extreme to the other.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, where's my wallet? And they're like, hey, moron, you left it at home. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool, thanks, thank you. You could have told me before I left, but okay.
Yeah. No, they don't always tell me, to be fair, but
That's okay.
You wouldn't just waste like your paper and pen or anything, and like you could like.
But I mean, like, because you're saying about warnings and stuff. I mean, is that because obviously I don't know if anybody else, but whenever like you're driving, and whenever you see someone like on a junction or something, and then for some reason I always think they're going to pull out before they even do anything, and then they do. Is that maybe a psychic sort of thing?
Absolutely, that's it. It's how it starts. Yeah. You've just tuned in, because you know what it's like when you're driving. Sometimes you go into that, like, you shouldn't do it, but you do it. You go in that daydream stage, and you're like just chilled out behind the steering wheel. It's there again. It's that same zone you're going into before you go to sleep. Really, your relaxed state.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I've always thought, because I mean,
it's like your intuition.
I'm not psychic at all. I never claim that I can. I've never heard spirits or nothing, but I've always thought, like, recently, especially since been doing that, obviously, what we spoke about with Nick and Adam and that, all the stuff that we do, and that since doing it all, I do seem to be like seeing more things, or not like predicting
more in tune.
Yeah, I'm
you
always
will.
thinking
Yeah,
that's gonna happen or something, and it's weird.
You're surrounding yourself with it. That's why, and like your collection of dolls and things that you've got in your home, you're going to. You could be completely. Sorry,
carry on, Kerry.
All right, I was just saying you just surrounded yourself with it, really. So you're going to have no choice.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense. Have you had that, Nick? Have you, obviously doing your investigating? Have you ever had, like, have you grown any sort of like ability sort of thing?
Yeah, but the way how somewhat of my ability that I have, I mean, it's relatively not exactly in a way of communicating with spirits or anything like that. It's more or less looking at, like, seeing pieces of history that occurred at a historic location. So, which probably explains why I've always had a fascination with history. So I feel like this was something that it was almost like as if it was meant to occur, although it doesn't happen every single time, but it happens especially because we're all familiar with locations that, like, all locations have limestone to it. It contains that energy within it. I guess it kind of depends on the particular location I'm investigating.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you think deja vu's linked into it as well?
Yeah, that's a good point. I had that the other day. Didn't I say to you?
I have that all the time.
Yeah,
I
yep,
don't
a lot.
Yeah, deja vu. I don't know a lot about. I have heard it is, and I don't know how true this is, by the way. So I'm just going to tell you a theory on it. Is like before you come here to the Earth, you do a practice run up there. So it's like you're remembering your practice run almost. I don't know. I don't know enough.
Yeah,
Maybe, but almost like a little practice. Like, you know, sometimes you have lessons in your life, like it's hard situations that you go through. We call them lessons, by the way. So say you're in one of them and you have a deja vu moment. It's because you've practiced doing that lesson up in the spirit world, let's say, before you've come here. So I've heard people say you're just remembering that your practice run of it.
And you probably mocked up again.
but then saying that though, I mean,
Guilty.
like some of mine I've had though, like I haven't been like moments like that of like lessons. It's like it was only the other day. I was just, you know, you see, I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I clicked one, and for some reason, every picture I saw, I've never clicked on this person before. Every picture I saw, I've seen it before. I've been in that moment before. The words that are on the screen, the whole shebang. It's almost like I was watching a film.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only for like 10 seconds. But I said to you, I was like, I've definitely seen this before.
Yeah, I don't really
It comes with feelings too, doesn't it? Does yours come with feelings? Was it just me? Like it comes with feelings, and then like a dream, you start to gradually forget it too. And it's like, that was weird. There was more to it. I can't quite remember it all now. It's a weird experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Like, obviously, dreams and that, it makes you wonder. Like, you know, for instance, you know, when you wake up, they say if you look at a window, you forget your dream.
But I never forget my dreams ever. I can always remember my dreams.
Yeah, but you're a bit more in tune with your dreams.
I don't know what this is. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting into something here that's completely.
Tom, you and I got to talk off camera, buddy, dream wise. And we lost Nick. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I'm here.
I'm a huge. I love dreams. I don't know what is, you know, what they're all about, but they're very. We'll talk. This is another discussion. Sorry, I got off topic. We got talking about dreams. I'm like, Tom, I got to get into it now.
Mate, I could go to this like massively because I have this thing where I can control my dreams. So
that's brilliant. You want to practice that. Keep that up. That is really good. You can meet spirit people. You can visit places that you want. Say you want to go to Barbados. You can bugger off to Barbados for 20 minutes in your dream.
It's no idea, Nick. Or Tom. Where did I get Nick from? Yeah, I'm mixing my host and co-host up. Oh, all right. Good night, everybody.
I'm making you nervous.
I mean, I can't decide exactly what I'm going to dream, but when I'm in the dream, I can decide what happens in that dream. So I don't know what it is, but I've always been able to do it, and I don't know. Anyway, we're going completely off subject here.
Where's
the question? Did we? Where's the question?
Sawyer Snipes asked, is there any way for someone who doesn't have these abilities to gain them and get in touch with their spirit guide?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said a little bit earlier on, like we've all born with this. It's just if we choose to develop it, and that's what you've got to do. So I always say, Google in your area a development circle, and if you can physically go to one, the better. If you can't, I can help you there because I know a fantastic teacher who does online development classes. So yeah, you just got to learn to develop it. It's like riding a bike. So when you do it, you learn it, and it's brilliant, sort of thing.
Oh, sweet. Guys, thank you very much for sharing that. That's awesome. Obviously, this show wouldn't be the same without you guys in the comments, so thank you. And check out the Pun Store as well. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on there. The Pun Network, Pun Store. Obviously, the guys in the comments there. Check it all out. It's awesome. So I thought obviously we'll go into a few like famous mediums and stuff like that. So I don't know. Nick's probably definitely heard of these because he's all over people's names and stuff. So this is where Nick just.
Somewhere, yes.
But I'll drop this guy on the screen. I found 3 different mediums over time that are like extremely famous for what they've done. Let me just share these. So this guy here, his name is. Does that work? Yeah, happy days. His name is Edgar Casey.
Edgar Casey, yeah.
Edgar Casey. He's known as the sleeping prophet because he would meditate and connect with the collective consciousness. While in this meditative state, he would perform readings. He's also called the father of holistic medicine. He learned of holistic remedies and treatments for illness, dream interpretation, and reincarnation. So I don't know, Nick, Adam, have you heard of this guy or Kerry? Or...
No, sorry, never heard this one. Sounds interesting. Where's he from?
Bear with me.
Didn't sound like asking a question. You did research.
Oh, you got him.
When I find out this information.
We'll just say somewhere because no one knows him anyway. So France.
Well,
Yeah.
the name does sound a little familiar, but I don't think I did a lot of research about who he was. So, I mean, if you're going to be reading some of it, maybe it might bring back some of that research I've done, but I'm not entirely sure.
It says here, Edgar Casey, he was
born in 1877
in Kentucky in the US in 1877. What is there? He was a mythic clairvoyant. Wikipedia is brilliant. Claimed to channel his own higher self. So he's one of the first people to do this sort of thing. Like, obviously, this has been going on for thousands of years. Obviously, you look back to Egyptian times, and they had mystics and stuff that could predict battles, or this is where it all began. But this is one of the few that's actually documented for the first times ever that some of his things that he predicted were almost impossible to do. Which is crazy. Was this?
he was probably a magician.
It could be, and this is what we were talking about in the green room.
About the green room.
We'll quickly touch on that actually while we're there. Like, obviously, I was saying to Adam that everyone's heard of Darren Brown or Dynamo, these famous magicians that will do these psychic things that are almost impossible for them to know. But they're not psychic; they just learn a way of fooling you. And this is where we were saying, like,
where do you draw the line?
The line between real mediumship, like what you do, Kerry, and the readers you do, people, and people that are magicians doing it for entertainment, or even worse, maybe doing it just to scam people, is very blurred. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, it is a shame. I find it all a shame. And what I find a shame as well is the ones that say they're mediums and they're not. And it just ruins it for the ones that are doing it for real. Do you know what I mean? It gives us all a bad name.
I hate to cut you off. Rather an interjection, Miss Kerry, but am I to assume that there are also probably a certain amount of people that come into you with a certain amount of skepticism anyway? And then... but then you have the people like the John Edwards and people like that who just absolutely one bad apple spoils the bunch kind of deal. So has that made it more difficult for you in any way?
Hasn't got more difficult. It's always been difficult.
Always been difficult? Okay.
Yeah. I know what I was getting into when I started doing this seriously. I knew that I'd have to grow a thick skin, and I am a very sensitive person, and you'll find a lot of genuine mediums are sensitive because obviously we're dealing with energy. So it's just a shame. I don't watch that Darren Brown, however you pronounce his name. I stopped watching him actually because I just found him insulting. That's me.
No, I do agree with you there to some degree, because I do think he was brilliant at first, but then I don't like it. Obviously, what we're doing, we're going off on the one bit here, but like he was really good when he was just doing his magic and stuff, and he was like great stuff.
Very good bloke.
Yeah. Now he does these ones where he will then tell you how it's done, and he does it in almost like a, like you say, taking the mick kind of way,
like patronising.
Yeah. He's put us all in the same bench. Sorry,
Nick, have you seen Darren Brown obviously over there in America? Do you guys watch him? Do you?
No, we actually don't. I mean, you have to remember. I mean, especially over here, we've had so many shows that have been made in the paranormal field that it's just so hard to keep up with a lot of them. And a few of them, I'm not always convinced that what they're always presenting is true. So it's like what we were just saying a couple minutes ago, how there are psychics or other people out there who claim they have these special abilities, and later find out that it's not true. In fact, my crew and I, we've actually had that situation where we've had a few people who come up to us and say they like to work with us. I said, well, have you done investigating or anything like that? And they'll say right there, saying, well, I'm a psychic practically. And I basically will say, well, then what's your name? And if they don't really give me too much info, I would pretty much say, well, if I haven't seen you do anything like readings or investigations, or I haven't even heard of you, you're not a psychic to me. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's like as well. Like I think the problem is, like obviously we say that everyone's got that sort of ability, that everyone's got it. It's just whether you're in tune with it, and then that's the problem, because too many people say, "Oh, I'm psychic and stuff," but yeah, we all are. But it's like you yourself, Kerry. You know your spirit guide. You know what you're hearing and stuff. Like it's like me turning around and saying, "Oh, I'm psychic," because I had deja vu the other day. Like I couldn't do that.
It has to be a cut-off line, doesn't it?
Well, it's the same thing even with like. I mean, it's not often spoken about, but even something like with sleep paralysis, like you see things that aren't there, and then all of a sudden these people claim that they saw this last night, and they think, oh, well, I saw something standing by the foot of my bed. I guess that means I'm a psychic. No, that's not really the case. I mean, yes, it's associated, but that is not entirely true, because I've had it myself, not very often, but I that's a completely separate type of subject, for lack of a better term, for something like
there
that.
is that.
Yeah, go Kerry.
There is that. I think they call it the old hag syndrome, don't they? With another word for the sleep paralysis. Am I correct in that?
That's correct.
And that sounds scary as hell. I mean, I've not experienced that, thank God. But that does sound awful to have to experience.
They call it the old hag syndrome here. I mean, it's called different terms in different countries.
Yeah, I mean, you've had it.
I've had sleep paralysis.
2 severe ones. I've had it as well.
Ones, one not as severe. And I think that's mainly because of the doll that we have in our house.
This is the
I'm blaming Bobo.
Yeah, I'm blaming
I reckon so.
Still Bobo. I can't really blame Bobo because he wasn't actually in the house at the time of.
Oh, I understand. I don't like Bobo. I do. I'm fascinated with Bobo, but he doesn't like my boy Tom, so we're at odds already.
He definitely doesn't like me.
The one I think is she's got like a resting bee face. Like she looks mean. She's
evil.
She actually has a pin. We didn't say this. She's got a pin actually in her bag.
Her handbag was hand knitted by somebody.
There's something in there.
Attached it to the doll, and then there's a pin stuck in the handbag. It's got something attached to the pin.
Yeah, my mum seems to think when she pulled the pin out slightly, it actually has like blood on it.
Yeah.
Oh no! Where are you keeping this doll?
In our living room.
Wow.
Welcome to the show, Kerry.
Man, we've got a lot to talk about stuff, okay?
We've got salt,
We need a lot of
sage. I've got the
We
crystals.
need a little bit more than salt.
Yeah. We've got I've got crystals actually above my bed now, and actually that seems to be helping me not have sleep paralysis anymore. Because when I had it, it was really bad. Like it affected my head, like it hurt my head, whatever it was. So this seems to be helping.
Yeah, we do things to try and help, but we understand that. Like
we
know what we're getting ourselves in for.
So.
Like guys, we've had some people saying that you should be doing this, you should be doing that, but we totally understand what we're doing. We know that there could be some severe.
It's your house, what you're doing.
Yeah, as long as we don't affect anybody else or our pets aren't affected, then we will just keep going to show everyone what happened.
Kerry, is there anyone around you right now? Are any of your guides around you?
Probably,
There have been
hear
several
them.
instances of like electrical interference that I've noticed that kind of look like the screen is rolling a little bit, and I wasn't sure if they wanted to be in on the show as well, or
they're not very good with me and electric stuff. I break things. Well, I say I break things. It's actually them. You'll see that. You might see as well, guys, if you watch behind me, I have quite often caught orbs flying about. So you might every now and again see something. I mean, I'll ask them to try, but they don't always answer to me like that. But I'll ask them to give it a go. But yeah, you might do. I mean, a couple of times when I've recorded videos for TikTok and etc., when I'm communicating, I see them coming in, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I apologize, but I noticed it a few times since we started. I'm like, I wonder if that's them just being like, hey, you talking about us? You talking about us?
Yeah, they're good at this sort of thing. I can't have CD players. They make the CDs jump all over the place and eventually break them. And TVs. So it's an expensive hobby.
How do you feel about having the gift? I'm guessing it's conflicting sometimes.
Yeah, it is. There's been points in my life where I found it scary, obviously, for seeing them and things that they've done.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, I'm blessed. I truly am. I love what I do, and I love helping people and passing the messages on. I get so much from that. I mean, I'm an ex-carer because actually I'm not very well myself, so I'm not able to do the care work anymore. So this is how this became full-time as well. So I'm an ex-carer, and I used to get a lot of enjoyment helping people there. So this is sort of like taken over and still gives me that feeling of giving back to people.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it must be like so rewarding to be able to, like you say, give back. Oh,
I try and do as many free readings as possible.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
So there's one other woman I'm going to bring up who's very famous. This is, I don't know if people recognize her in this photo, but this lady here, she's called Rose Ann Schwab. I'm probably saying it totally wrong.
Schwab.
She's a well-known medium with a 98% accuracy in her predictions. Her abilities predicted elections, terrorist attacks on the US, and natural disasters. Yes. So this, I've been trying to find while we've been on here some of the actual predictions she's done. I'm sure there's been TV shows about her, and she did these readings long time ago. I think it was in the 80s or something. And she predicted things, obviously the 90s, the noughties, and so on. And she has been bang on almost every single time of what's going to happen, which I just think is incredible to be able to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of the psychic twins?
Oh, maybe. Do you have a photo or not?
Give me a minute.
It's your time to shine, Tom. Let's do this, baby.
I'm going.
He's like, my gosh, he's asked me a question quick.
He's like, I was not as prepared as I thought I was.
Should we go put the kettle and come back in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What's up, Matt? Trivia boy is here.
They're in America.
How you doing, Matt?
Who's psychic twins? See, someone is psychic twins, not just me. Yeah, they predicted a lot of stuff actually, and I believe they've actually been used in like murder cases and actually been able to find the body.
Yes, I've seen these guys.
Yeah.
2 seconds, I have to take it off of there, otherwise I'll get done for plagiarizing.
The interweb.
This is somebody's photo, but not mine. Shouldn't even say that. This video will probably be removed at some point now. These
just flip the image, you'll be fine.
Yeah, these are the psychic
Joe's
twins.
heard of them as well.
And that is drop. I've heard that.
Blonde hair, so no, don't think I do know them.
They could have blonde. I think they may have even dyed their hair. Actually, I saw.
I was going to say that
I
doesn't look
saw
like a natty color.
You see, that doesn't look like the natural color of her hair.
I saw blonde hair, you see, before you put it up. So I was like,
That one, take that one off.
That's not blonde.
No, take them off because that's what they look like now.
They look exactly the same as I just looked at that
No,
photo.
they've got ginger hair there. Right, see, this is when we.
Apologies. This is where whenever we
Tom's fighting with a superhero. You're gonna lose, dude.
I'm gonna play. And if we always argue about colours because I'm colourblind, so I think it's one colour, and then she's like, no, it's this colour.
So imagine it's purple, and he can't see that. It looks dark blue to him.
It's dark blue. So anyway, let's not go there. It's a different conversation.
While Tom's doing this, Kerry, I have an interesting question for you. So, imaginary friends when you're a kid, is that, or could it be, somebody who is in tune with, because I mean, some kids just have wild imaginations and it is what it is. But do you think that there is a certain degree of spiritual connection or some sort of?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. We do have kids that have imagination. Fantastic. But you'll find a lot of them are spirit people that they're talking to, because when we're born and children like open-minded, so we haven't been closed down. We haven't been told that there's no such things as ghosts, and we must go to school, we must go to work, we must earn money, in the routine of life. As children, they're all open, so they're still vibrating nice and high to make that communication. And especially if you live in an old haunted house, let's say, it's going to be a spirit person, I'd say.
Definitely lived in some old houses in my day. So that's quite interesting.
Did you have an imaginary child?
I did. I absolutely did. I had an imaginary child. Yes, and I couldn't pay the child support for it, so the ex-imaginary wife got her in the imaginary divorce. It was very messy.
Was it imaginary messy?
Yes, it was imaginarily terrible, but I'm imaginarily over it now. Yes, my imaginary friend's name, and all my family can back me up on this. His name was Sonky, Sonky, Fredburn, and that was my boy. And I'm a witty dude, but like at that age, I was super, super young. I couldn't even tell you how old I was when I came in. I'm not that clever, still not that clever, but so I always thought that was kind of interesting. And when you were talking about seeing them earlier, it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, I wonder if they're, imaginary.
Have you ever Googled him?
No, I haven't, only because maybe there's a little bit of what would I find, and that would kind of validate it. Although I'll tell you what, I will. How's that?
Yeah, let me know, because I reckon you'll find him.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's good. These are the obviously
the psychic dreams,
what they look like now. That's what they look like now.
They predicted a lot. They predicted, I think they predicted 9/11. They predicted about a change in presidency. They were there for you guys.
But then you could also say that obviously if we get on prediction things, The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. I almost brought that up earlier, and I was like, The Simpsons. There's a lot of people that believe that Matt Groening is actually a time traveler, because this is not just me. This is not my tin hat being on. If you YouTube this, there are a myriad videos. There's a myriad videos you can see on this whole thing.
They're spooky, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty darn right on a lot of stuff too, which is very interesting.
Exactly. I wonder if it's like to company. Yeah. So what are we on now? We're on 22. It always goes so fast, and we're having a good time. I don't know. So we obviously guys know that we collect dolls and everything, and obviously, Kerry, you thought you might be able to do a little reading for one of our dolls or something.
Yeah, do you know the history about your dolls and where you got them, for where they come from and all that business?
As much as we can, yeah.
There's two that we don't really know any history, because we were still waiting for it.
Yeah,
we haven't got it.
Yeah, obviously there's somebody we bought it from, the lady who, she hasn't given us the information.
Okay, before you put it on camera, so I don't want to see it at the moment, sort of thing. Have you got the one with it looks like a red skirt, there's like a red or burgundy skirt or dress?
Oh,
should I get her?
do I have to?
Yeah, we have you. Why
Okay.
is that?
Because
Is that the one you
that's
want to do?
the one I feel.
No, not Bobo. Yeah, he
Really?
might be Jeff. He might be related to Conky. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
And I want to see the one with socks too. Which one's got
Oh,
little
the
socks on?
Amy.
Those haven't got socks.
No, Daisy, I think that is. No, it's no. Is it a big one where like very pale face?
Can't see the face. I've got to be honest. I can just see like the socks, and then I can
think
see the
that's
bottom
the
of a
grey
skirt.
They've all got socks.
I think no, the grave doll is very noticeable. So
Okay.
Nick, you look super intrigued right now.
what you were saying about
I am as well. I'm like, huh.
like we
Okay.
said, hi Scaredy Cat, guys, Scaredy Cat's in the comments. Obviously, I'll be doing a show with him tomorrow night across the pond chat. We always have a good laugh and a good chat. Check him out on Instagram. He does some amazing stuff, and he's always on there all the time. He's brilliant. But yeah, Scaredy Cat is Kerry on Instagram. Yes, she is, buddy. All of her links are in the description down below. Yeah, what you just said actually about that one has been said before by another medium that we spoke to, and Amy said this. Everyone has said the same thing, and this is the one that we think is responsible for a lot of our negative things in this house. Did you get that from like just watching our videos, or is that something?
I've got to be honest with you. I've watched a little bit of one just to see what you guys would do. I didn't want to watch too much because I knew I was coming on, so I thought I'd binge watch you guys later. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't really do my research.
I don't want to have Burndy and red and stuff.
Oh God! Right, okay.
Just bringing them all in.
We've got the whole family here with us now. So
No, said,
Here we
oh, gee, please ask for Bobo.
Yeah, everybody loves Bobo.
everyone loves Bobo
Bobo.
because he
That
hates
should be a
me.
show.
That's why people love him.
Yes, Stephen, we all know Howard Petrie hates dolls, which is why one of these days we're going to have him on this show so we can show the
Yeah.
dolls.
If you have a fear of dolls, look away now.
I get a really bad feeling.
Oh, I'm not looking then. Oh yeah, she's delightful, isn't she?
Yeah.
Is this the one that makes you feel sick, or
Can I see the bottom of her skirt and her little feet? Because I didn't see her feet. Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
The
And is that the
socks,
one you were
socks.
telling me about with the pin in the bag? Or was this a different one that you was telling me
It's
about?
her.
It's the
It's
one.
her.
I don't know if you guys see that.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's
Did you find a hair on her that wasn't yours when you
Yes, I did, with
unpackaged
black
her?
hair. Black hair.
What did we
Yeah.
do with the hair?
I didn't it.
Okay.
How did
Okay.
you know we got a hair? What was that?
I didn't even tell you, but I found the hair.
How did you know that? Well, yeah, we did. Yeah, we found hair. We did.
It was a long one. A long hair.
Yeah.
Long black hair.
Yeah. So
What
this.
she does, Tom. That's how she doing it.
Yeah. So this is who we believe is called Anne.
Yeah.
And
And
give me the sleep paralysis.
yeah, I believe so. She is. Yeah. Of all the ones, I mean, not that I've seen your whole doll collection or anything, but she's the one that I feel. Do you keep her in your bedroom?
No.
Because I don't recommend you do if you've got problems with sleeping.
Yeah. Even
You know
now,
what I see?
it's not nice.
What I see you to do, just because I know you guys love your dolls and all your haunted objects, which is lovely, but to keep yourself safe, and this is going to sound a little bit out there, and I'm not an expert in this, but this is what I'm picking up, is, you know, you can get those glass or plastic boxes to put them in. Have you ever seen the Annabelle doll when she's inside her container? If you can do that, I feel like it will help you out a lot in your home.
I mean,
Or
it's
your-
we keep her in a cabinet. So
Yeah,
do you think
they're all in the
Okay.
cabinet at the moment. But
Yeah, she's on the negative shelf.
we try and keep all the negative ones on the bottom, and then like the
It's
positive
on the
ones.
naughty step.
Yeah,
That's what I was
literally,
thinking. Not you said,
literally. Yeah, that.
I think that's why she doesn't like me, because I as soon as I took her out of the packaging, I knew straight away. I was like, nah, you're the negative one. I sense it, I feel it, I don't like it, and I'm like, yeah, you can keep that to yourself. And I'm very much, I've said to her, like, especially when she gave me the sleep paralysis, I was like, you can back off now because I'm not
See.
having that. You're not invading my space, my body. And she's only
That's
tried
exactly
it
you got to be
twice.
with them.
Yeah, and she's tried it twice.
Absolutely.
I think she's testing to see how far she could push it.
Yeah. And you do call her a she, and I do feel the energy's a she too.
Yeah.
I know you can have a female doll and have a male spirit with this doll, but I actually can feel and I feel like it's an old lady, to be quite honest. It doesn't feel like a young sprightly spirit. It feels old. And oh God, look at your background, Nick.
That's why I laughed. I was like, "That's funny," and I saw him do it. I'm like, "Oh,
That is
Howard's
God,
like,
you
they
would've
serve me so much little vessels for evil.
One thing I'll say, because
Put her down because I don't like holding her too long.
no, I don't really. I don't like fast to me, to be honest.
I was actually.
You don't like me.
No, I was just looking at that needle there, and there is some sort of
There's residue on it.
dried up something on it. I don't know what. I'm not claiming it's blood or anything. I don't know what it is. There's something.
No,
There is something.
I would say it is, and I'd say the hair was there for a reason, and obviously by the energies attached to it for a reason. But you guys know what you're doing, so. But I don't know if you've already got this doll, or you're thinking of buying it. But I see another doll in your possession coming in like a small crate, and inside the crate's like all this soft padding. That's another doll you're going to have to be like really aware of if it's already in your possession or it's coming to possession. But it feels very soon if it's not already there. Okay.
What one do you think?
It comes in like a small crate. Like a doll's coffin, basically. It's a bit weird and a bit freaky again.
It could be that.
That does not like a coffin.
Yeah.
Howard, are you in Louisiana?
Yeah, he's from Louisiana.
Oh, I used to live there. I saw
never
the
been.
Causeway Bridge. I'm like, oh, let me find out. Sorry, that's what talk about a haunted place. But yeah,
There is one I've been looking
Sorry,
at.
that was it.
Like
Did it come in a pot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking at one like that. But there's also this one that could be that sort of thing that comes in like a little crate with its little padding.
Yeah, it's not. No,
Not
it's
that
not
one.
that. It is a wooden, like a wooden crate, if not a box. It's not actually a coffin, but I'm calling it a coffin because the little baby's in it. But it's not that one.
I've been looking at one like that. Yeah, definitely. So you advise not to do that.
Well, guys, you got to do what you got to do. That one does feel like it's got energy to it. It's just as nice as the one you just bought out.
Do you get a sense of why she's doing it? Why she's affecting me more than him?
Because you're a female. Because you're a female.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what the other one said.
Yeah, she did.
Is that
She
why
said-
Bobo doesn't like you, Tom? Because he's a male?
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
No.
I don't know if guys have
Maybe.
seen it. We did have our last video. We've done two. The latest one that is going to go live tomorrow night. I finally finished it. Obviously, Adam, you watched it live, didn't you, buddy?
I did.
Bobo doesn't like me. This is Bobo. For anyone that doesn't know, he's the smallest doll. This is Bobo. He does his little. He spins around like that.
He's a mean little bastard.
Yes. So he's quite mean.
Our best friends.
Definitely.
Have you started to see the shadow figures in your home yet? Have you caught movement at, like I was talking about earlier on?
That's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's linked to that one that's in your hand, Bobo, is it you call it?
It does. It does do.
And do you know how, like, literally that hasn't happened for long. That was on the, we did a live with Scaredy Cat, and I saw the shadow figure go across the ceiling.
Yeah.
And that is the only shadow figure I've seen so far.
And he's
In the
been
house.
known for showing as a shadow.
Who shows in shadow.
Yeah, he'd be your shadow you're seeing around the place.
Do you think he's nasty, or do you think he's just
Mischievous.
like, yeah. Laugh
Isn't
sort of
it?
thing?
No, I've got to say, none of them I would want in my home, but none of them feel nasty.
Like,
But the more you add to your collection of mischievous ones, it could create nasty. So just be careful. That's all I say. What you've added to them to your cake collection.
So this is our problem. Like, we did always say that we're going to always keep positive dolls and all this, but course, when you do this like line of work, you are always drawn to. Oh, I'm drawn to the more darker side. Even Nick would tell you like when I'm talking, and I am drawn to the dark side of stuff, and I am very interested in the more negative dolls.
I'm like airy fairy.
Yeah, you're more the positive ones.
Yeah.
No, you're with me then. Hairy, fairy, and light.
Yeah, I don't know. We're obviously going to keep going doing it, but you say not to maybe get the many negative ones.
Look, it depends what outcome you want. If you're looking for that spooky, dark energy, walking around your home, doing naughty things, giving you the sleep paralysis, all that stuff that scares the living daylights out of you, then yeah, keep adding to it. Yeah, but if you're thinking, no.
See, I'm like morbidly drawn to that.
Go for it then. Get another 10.
Yeah,
Well,
when I get it on camera, then
I'll let her affect you then. That's why the stones are on my side.
No, she has actually. We were talking about this in our Instagram live the other night. I don't know if you caught it, Nick, but we were saying about like obviously she's given her sleep paralysis and stuff, and recently I've had some really like horrific nightmares. That stuff I wouldn't even want to repeat. Like worse than horror movies. It's been so graphic and those ones I haven't been able to control, which is slightly worrying for me. Because usually if you can sense the nightmare starting, I can usually stop it and either wake up or change it to something better. But those ones have been really bad, and they've been starting more recently. Like,
that's why I just say a little bit of caution. Be careful, because now we're fucking about with serious stuff. So
I'm less like open. I try to protect myself as much as possible. I am cautious compared to you. You're a bit more. You're opening a little bit too much now, I think. And I was the one that kind of got you into it in a way, because I was very much. I grew up with seeing ghosts, being very sensitive to environments, sensing things from objects and rooms, being into like magic and witchcraft and tarot reading. Whereas you kind of want that.
I've never. I mean, you've met me 3-4 years ago. I would never even.
Nuts.
I said there's always a logical excuse for everything. Honestly, I completely disagreed with it all. I thought it was all a load of rubbish.
You opened yourself, you're more fucked.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I am obviously. I'm not doing this like full-heartedly. I'm not just really going about doing rituals and shit and messing about with dolls. I totally understand what the implications can be of what we do. Like,
do you know what I see for you both? And I know I wasn't going to do readings, but I'm just going to tell you because I pick it up as you're talking. You know, like you get these haunted museums. I see that for you. So I feel like your collection won't be left in your home anyway. You will be moving it to another premises, but this is much later on in your future. So I do see you having some sort of haunted museum, some sort of area that people can come and visit your dolls. But I feel like it's not just dolls. There will be other items in this.
Yeah, that's my goal. I mean, like you're saying that is my goal, isn't it? Like I've always said to you that I'd love to do that. I'm fascinated, and we've only got so much room in our house, and there's certain things that you obviously won't allow in our house, which is fair enough. And,
I've told you no deer boxes.
Like deer boxes and stuff, but it's something that I love, and I want to pursue that love for haunted objects. But yeah, that's something that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. We're always running out of time. It sucks.
So fast.
But obviously, Nick, Adam, we've been obviously me and Amy have been chatting our way because we're like fascinated by it. Have you got anything you want to like ask or talk about while we're on?
Oh man, I mean, I've pretty much been. Sorry, Nick, you go ahead, buddy.
Well, honestly, I'll be quick. I mean, I can't really think of too much this time. I think I've just been so intrigued in this whole conversation today. So, I honestly, first time, really, I can't think of anything.
I have like a million questions that I can think of, but our running time is only so long here. But I mean, it's really neat seeing somebody who is genuine. Using their talents. I think that is absolutely amazing. And
Thank
you are a
you.
very interesting person. I'm going to follow you on all of your social media. The links in the
Don't make me
description down below,
cry.
by the way. No, I absolutely will. But I think that's awesome. It's really cool. I mean, I'm sure I can think of a million other things, but I think pretty much I've asked all I needed to ask today.
Oh, good.
I've got many more questions, but
I think we're gonna have to do a part 2. Definitely.
as always, we will probably do a part 2 of this at some point.
Would that be something you're down for, Kerry? Would you be interested in doing a part 2 of this?
Oh, I've had a great time. It's been lovely, guys. Honestly, it's been fantastic. It's talking about my favourite subject in the world, so it's been brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank you so much for coming on. Like we learned so much, and we find it's fascinating speaking to you about this kind of stuff. And we can tell you're such a genuine lady. It's awesome. And obviously, I've been watching what you do I follow you a lot on Instagram and what you do for people. I think it's awesome. It's amazing. Like I think you do bring a lot to people and people's lives, and like keep going. It's awesome.
I said I was going to do a reading, but I might have to leave that till
I think
2.
part 2 definitely
part 2.
Yeah, part 2 is
definitely.
all right.
We always, if you haven't seen it lately, Kerry, we always like, oh, we'll just do one show, and then it turns into like 2, 3, 4 shows. But obviously, we're coming to the end. Before we do our little shot in the dark game, a few things obviously will mention from our end. Our new video, the Haunted Dolls Special Negative Dolls Part 2, is out tomorrow night, 8 p.m. UK time. It's one not to miss. If you saw it on Instagram Live, it was crazy. I have never seen so much activity in the space of an hour and a half. It's crazy.
Thank you everyone for watching as well.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Everybody in the
watching.
comments.
Yeah, you guys should jump in the comments and that. What else? We are starting on the Haunting Nights. I don't know which end of the screen to point to. Up in the top corner. We work for Haunting Nights. These are UK ghost hunting company. They're amazing. Obviously, we said last week tickets are going fast, and they are. We are on
1st of April.
1st of April. We're doing our first walk with them at the Village of the Damned. That's going to be, it's an hour and a half walk. I think that's probably already booked out completely. A lot of them are already booked out, so you need to get on their website to look for them. And then we're on one on the 3rd, the Saturday night, 3rd of April.
Pendle.
We're on Pendle Hill.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a walk on Pendle Hill. This will all be filmed. We'll probably go live on Instagram at some point, and we'll get it out there. What else? Tomorrow night.
I'm hoping we're going to do a podcast again.
Yeah, we will do a podcast again at some point when we get time. Tomorrow night I'll be live with Scaredy Cat. If you're still in the comments, buddy, it's going to be an awesome show. Cross upon chat on Instagram, 8 p.m. UK time. Apologies, I don't know the US times because you keep changing.
We suck.
And we're going to also be doing a special that's just popped into my head. It's going to be the Battle of the Dolls, all in a one.
Oh my god!
All together.
You guys just don't. All right.
Anyway, thank you for dropping that one on me. So yeah, we will be doing that apparently.
That made you nervous?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, Tom's dying. Is that what it is? It's nervous coughs. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Bobo.
interesting.
Oh yeah, I get nervous about Bobo.
It's Bobo. Yeah, it's Bobo. Everything's
Nick,
Bobo's fault. I love
Buddy,
it.
have you got anything going on?
Let's see here. I'm actually supposed to be on another show at some point. Not here on the Pun Network, but I can't remember what I'm trying to remember what the show was called. I know it's hosted by a few paranormal friends of mine down in Texas, but they want me to present some of my past evidence that I have. Most of it's EVPs, but I actually have the oldest type of recorded investigation that I have, which was back when I was 14 years old, and I actually did capture a disembodied voice. So yes, if you happen to hear it, I sound a lot younger in this video. I mean,
You did.
yeah. Well, not exactly that, but still. But honestly, That's pretty much it. I can't. There's just not really much going on this time.
What about you, Adam?
Nice. I was just enjoying. I was asking if Tom's going to pour me one too. I just ordered Nightmare Soup 2, which should be shipping out towards me soon. So I will be doing the narrating on that on my channel at some point in the future. I have a few really spicy challenges coming up. One that I'm particularly nervous about. It will probably be almost as bad as the Nemesis bar that you guys were watching.
Oh.
So this should be interesting. Kerry, I eat extraordinarily hot stuff. That's kind of one of the things I do. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. People, so. So we're not so different after all. I have other than that, just looking forward to every Friday when I can get together with my my paranormal family.
Nice, gonna be awesome.
Anything happen with you, Kerry?
Yeah, can we go?
No, just the same old. Really, you'll catch me if you want on TikTok, doing me videos, and then over on Instagram. Sunday, I will be on TikTok live doing free readings. I will put a flyer up. What time? It'll probably be in the middle of the day, actually. But I'll put a little flyer up, so if anybody wants a free little reading or watch me do demonstration of mediumship, I will be there.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
I'm sure I'm sure the day for you is different, seeing as though different people come to you, poking you. I want you to tell them.
Does that mean the same thing over there that it does here? Because I don't think that means this. I don't think that poking translates well. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, is that?
It's free love here, baby. Free love.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, here we go.
Adam.
I'm sorry.
Your mind is in the gutter, Adam.
I'm American and I'm from New York. Hey, how you doing?
All right, Joe. Yes, there is questions coming. We're about to jump on to them. Linda, bless you. Don't worry. Lindy Lou, psychic medium. She's on Instagram. Amazing lady. She does all this stuff as well. We will be doing a live with her at some point, hopefully. But no worries. Watch back the show, Linda. It's been awesome. We've had a right laugh and learned so much.
Thank you, everyone, again for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Matt, obviously, this is the time for you to silent.
I'm joking. Matt usually knows everything, although he disappointed us last week because
I was a little shocked at that. Let's see how he does this week. Let's see how he does here.
Right, so yeah, this is our little game. It's not to be taken seriously. It's a completely random guess. Nobody knows the answers. We'll have a laugh.
Have a go in the comments, guys, if you want to join us.
Matt.
Yeah, except for Matt, yeah. I don't even know if he's still there. I haven't seen him comment, so I don't know if he's still there.
Oh, he is scared, I bet.
Oh, scaredy Matt.
Right, so here we go. I've got a few here for tonight. The first one is, what is the total length of all blood vessels in an average human body in metric units, i.e. centimeters, meters, or kilometers? The total length of blood vessels. It's going to be a long one, isn't it?
We don't do the metric system over here, so...
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yes, it does. That's why I'm like, how many kilometers are there in a mile? What's the Celsius and Fahrenheit thing that we're talking about? See, I don't know. I'm going to go with... I got nothing, man. 6. I'm going to say 6. That's my answer. My answer is 6. 6.
I'm going to go with 7.
We've got 2 kilometers from Rob.
Jeff says 5 kilometers.
Joe said 5, 5 miles.
There we go, Jeff. 100 kilometers is 60 miles. So
okay.
All right.
Oh, I'll start. So I'm sticking with my whatever I said.
You said 6.
6.
Yeah,
200 kilometers. I have no idea.
You can tell what side of the pond most of us are on.
1,000 kilometers.
Are you serious?
1,000 kilometers. God bless you.
I'm going to go with 2 miles. I'm going to go real low. Too much.
2 miles is low. I love
Considering
this show
some of
so
the
much.
answers, it's pretty low.
Oh my god.
I love
I'd
this
say
show.
80. Let's go really bad.
80?
Well,
80.
we are all like really crap at this
Well.
because you'll be surprised. No one's got anywhere near what it is. It is.
Oh.
So go big or go home.
Linda
see?
says 5 miles. It is actually 100,000 kilometers. Enough to go around the circumference of the world twice.
What?
Oh.
You said
I
my
knew I did have a
We've
fat
never
belly.
been so wrong.
So I guess Amy was the closest. And who was I? Whoa.
Who was
Wait, no,
I?
hold on. Who has a
1,000
1,000 what?
You
kilometers.
did.
wow.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
insane.
actually, am I stupid? No.
Wow.
All right then.
Okay. Next question.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, am I not?
Teacher head's
clicking?
coming in.
That's a long way. Sure, that's not
That's a
possible.
lot of. Yeah, sure it is, dude. You know how long your intestines are, bro? Super long. Trust me. That you're small and your large intestines, bro. They're super duper long. Everything in your body is very neatly pressed together. But anyway, I'm sorry.
No, fascinating. What is the most popular type of takeaway in England?
Oh.
So this
Fish
would be
and
interesting what you
chips.
guys say. Fish and chips.
No, it won't be. You know what? No, it won't be. No.
Actually, no, I know what it is.
Curry or something, isn't it? It's going to be an Indian or something.
Oh, that's a good guess. That's a really good guess.
You're gonna say pizza, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm
gonna say Chinese.
That's what
I was gonna say Chinese, but I went with
No,
fish and chips because
Chinese.
I like fish and
Fish and chips. Linda says Chinese. What you going, Kerry? You say fish and chips as well, yeah?
Curry or Indian.
Sorry, yeah.
I would have said fish and chips actually to begin with, but actually thinking about it, yeah, it's probably
Rob, the
Indian.
question is, what is the most popular takeout food in?
So, what is the most
Jeff
popular
says
type of
Chinese.
takeaway in England?
In England, yeah.
A meal
There-
deal from Tesco's.
Yeah, yeah, probably actually. That's probably true.
Yeah,
Let's
there is
just,
in England, yeah.
yeah, we have crisps.
I'm gonna have to go with Chinese too. I really do.
Oh, that's a popular one. That's a popular one.
It's going to be Chinese, I think.
I love a good
There's
Chinese.
that many Jinkies in England.
Chicken
Come on,
balls.
Matt. Where are you? You should be knowing though.
Matt, I'm telling you, I think Matt's doing something else. He was here in the beginning, but he would have piped in by now.
Yeah.
He
All
might
right.
just
on him.
Okay, yeah, so it's Chinese, followed by Indian and pizza in second
Say
and
pizza
third.
in there?
So Indian, yeah, you're right, Kerry. That is way up there, like.
Wow. Well, can I have the fish and
Probably
chips then?
McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's. No, Taco Bell, baby.
Hey, Taco Bell.
Go gross or go home. No,
Kebab.
Taco Bell's actually- yeah, kebab.
Takeaways out there. Compared to us, we ain't got that good takeaway.
Yeah, ain't either. Got a rubbish one.
No, I was saying they've got really good takeaways where they are.
Yeah,
I mean, it really good is a relative term, to be quite honest with you. It's like, you know,
Do you have really good like you got pizzas?
yeah. There's a lot of good pizza joints. Yeah, a lot of good. I mean, but it's funny because pizza varies from region to region. Nick backed me up on this with the Chicago deep dish
Yeah.
versus a like New York thin crust Brooklyn. Hey, here's my pizza. Hey,
We always get. I actually remember a couple of months ago I got into a fight with someone about what pizza is, which city is the best, but I just backed out and basically just gave my word, and that was it.
Americans, we don't care. We're going to argue over anything. Pizza, we're going to fight you over it. We don't care.
Hey, you have
We
to
don't
go to
care.
Italy. Imagine going to Italy though, 'cause that's actually kind of considered the pizza capital of the world. That's where it came from originally.
Yeah, but our pizza is like bastardized Italian food. It's like our Chinese food that we get is not like real Chinese food.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, the same
definitely
here.
not.
Chips are your
Do we have time for one more? Or do we have to go?
yeah, go on. I'll chuck one more in there. We've got time. I think we've got time, Nick, have we? We have got time, haven't we?
Yeah, there should
Yeah,
be
I got time as far as I know.
Ah, Sam.
He was late. What are you asking him for?
I wasn't late.
Love you, buddy.
The last minute.
Ooh, bagels. Yeah, bagels.
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 Yeah, definitely. Right, one more. I won't do the maths one because it's too late for my brain to do maths. On average,
I don't like pineapple on pizza.
on average, which country has the tallest men? Which country?
Tallest
Holland.
men?
Holland. Netherlands.
Sweet.
China, but that's really not, is it?
That's
China? No, it is not China. It's not China.
I'm sensing no. I'm sensing no.
Oh my!
Oh, you
God,
know what?
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like Sweden or one of those like Nordic
I'm saying
countries.
Netherlands.
Chinese
Netherlands.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Um,
I'm gonna go
Says Russian.
I'm gonna say Icelandic. Iceland.
Kenya.
Norway.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, they are really tall there.
Yeah, Kenya. Italian.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Russia.
I'm probably gonna have to go with probably.
USA.
No, I would not go with the U.S.
No, I
would
wouldn't go
probably
with U.S. We got the fattest people. But we don't have the
Growing
tallest
the wrong
people.
way.
Like,
That's another question.
you're growing the wrong way.
Although here in Illinois, we actually did have the tallest person on record, as far as we know. Well, I mean, he didn't live in Chicago, but he lived down in Southern Illinois. His name was Robert Wadlow. He actually stood.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, he stood like
say-
8 by 10 feet, so almost 9 feet tall. But
Robin in USA, sure.
I'm going to say India.
But for
I'm
the
sure
to answer this one, the average, I'm going to have to say price. I'm probably going to have to say somewhere in the Netherlands.
I'll just go with India because I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
All right. Linda says her uncle's from Holland and he has to bend down to walk through doors. Jesus.
Right, Holland
He's
is.
tall.
Very cool there.
Go with
Yeah.
Holland.
It is. What did you say, Kerry?
Netherlands, Holland,
Oh, yeah.
Netherlands.
Bang on. Yeah, you're bang on. The
She was
Netherlands.
spot on. Hey.
Yeah. Congrats. Yeah.
Yeah, brush that dirt off me. Yeah.
The average man in the Netherlands is 6.5 feet tall.
What?
Taller than me.
That's
And I'm saying
insane.
to myself.
Nearly all of the top 10 countries are in Northern and Central Europe due to healthy diets and low levels of inequality and disease.
Healthy diets. That sounds boring. All right, you can take your tall guys. Go on. Go ahead. Whack your head on the doors. I'll be worried about fitting through them. Don't worry about it. I can go sideways.
But yeah, so yeah, Kerry, you won that one, I think. What did you got one, didn't you?
I did too. I said Netherlands.
Yeah, Nick.
Sawyer
Yeah,
says
Nick
she's the psychic. Of course, she would know the answer.
yeah, there's a bit
No,
of
I'm up for these games.
Must be all the weeds. My God. All right. Oh boy.
But yeah, unfortunately, that isn't. We are running over. It's been a cracking show. Obviously, Kerry, if you're up for it, we're going to do a part 2 at some point.
Yeah, just let me know when. Yeah.
Happy days. All
All the links for Kerry, for Adam, and for Nick are all below.
Yeah, so please go sub to, where are you? Over there. Hefty, who does all his chili challenges and all that crazy stuff. Mr. Nick, who does all his talking books and that amazing voice for it. And obviously Kerry, who's, where are my points down there? Kerry, who's like one of the best psychics I've spoken to by far.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely lady. So please go and follow him and sub to him. But yeah, guys, in the comments tonight, thank you so much for joining us again. I hope you've had a brilliant week and have a cracking weekend. Anything you need to add? Sorry,
No.
my voice.
You seem to cough every time I bring up something new, so I'm
Yeah,
not
so
gonna
we're not
say
going to go
anything
there.
else now.
Wow.
Yeah, as always, privileged to have you all on. Hefty, Nick, and obviously Kerry. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been awesome. And
Yeah, it has. I've enjoyed myself.
but yeah, so next week we are Friday, obviously at 8 p.m. again. We haven't changed times yet. That's next Sunday, did I say, Adam? I can't remember.
Yeah. Next Sunday, you guys change times. So
Yeah.
for everybody that's on Eastern Standard Time, it'll be the same time next week. And then eventually everything will be back to normal. Somehow. I don't know. I don't
Somehow,
know.
I don't know. It works its
Sure.
way out, doesn't it?
Just tune in on Friday afternoons. Pay attention. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook. You guys will know what's up.
Just checking who we've got on next week. So next week we've got Michael Hall. He will be back on. We're going to be talking UFOs.
Part 2.
Part 2. Is it part 2? Yeah, it's part 2.
Part 2.
Sawyer Snipes, you better show up for that one.
It's going to be good. We're going to talk about alien abductions and stuff like that, and some crazy
I'll
stuff.
count me in. I'll come watch.
There
Love
we go.
that.
So yeah, we'll even jump on the show if you want, Carrie. You might as well. But yeah, so we'll see you next Friday. Have a good week, whatever you're doing. Look after yourselves.
Stay spooky.
Catch you later.
Take care.
What's this going on?